Hi, second year students. I have welcome back to my class, another class, and here I really wanted to talk to you about what I have done. I have the syllabus in front of me, and the second year syllabus in front of me, rather. And I wanted to tell you that in this paper one, you have unit one, which has Gray, Collins, and Cooper. You have unit 2, which has Wordsworth, Coleridge, and Byron. I have done Wordsworth with you. In unit 3, you have Shelley, Keats, Whitman, and Dickinson. I have done Shelley with you. And then in unit 4, you have John Galsworthy's play The Silver Box. And then in unit 5, you will only have literary history and uh, literary theory. Okay, in the sense not theory, in literary history and literary techniques or style जो होता है जिसमें you write you know you want to know about tragedy, irony, soliloquy, blank verse, comic relief, and all that. Okay, now children, what you have to do is that we do you have first question is your one word answer or one line answer. Okay, in that one word or one line answer, you are asked 10 questions and you have to reply them, which is 20 marks. And then you have short type answers, which are 250 words. And then you have reference to context, which are 7, and you have 8, 7 or 8, and you have to do 4 out of it, which is again 20 marks. And then you have an essay type, which is about 500 words. Okay, now they give you choices in everything, right? But I endeavor to try and complete at least one poet from and one writer from every section. Uh, this applies to poetry paper as well as the paper in prose. So once we do that, like I have that I wanted to give you an introduction in the earlier lectures, but I waited because in the unit 5 I will already do the pre-romantic. I will have to do the pre-romantic and the romantic ages with you. So in such cases, that let us actually decide. Your WhatsApp group has been made. I am getting in touch with you. These videos are being uploaded on my YouTube channel, and I will keep in touch with you through WhatsApp also. If you have any problems, we are going to sort them out. But I wanted to explain you as to how you have to go about doing these dealing with these answers. Now the most important thing is how to write a essay type or a 500 word answer. Any answer which is more than a page or 2 pages or 3 pages, however many pages you write your 500 words in, for me a typical page or a typical handwriting would get at least 200 words in a page. Okay, so आपका 500 words का जो answer हुआ would be in 2.5 pages. Okay, so now in such a scenario as that, what should you be doing, children? The most important thing is for you is to know how to write an answer. Every time you do a poet, please make it a point to know about the age he belonged to, what kind of a poet was he, what kind of poetry did he write. All these things are very important and you have to know this. Okay, now the most important thing, of course, is that you write about the poet. When you introduce your answer, when you write the introduction of your answer, it has to be the introduction about the poet and the age he belonged to. Suppose if he is a romantic poet, you have to write about him being a romantic poet and that the age, what are the qualities of the romantic age, वो मैं आपको notes पे दूंगी and I will explain you also. And I had explained you a little also while we were doing Wordsworth, that Wordsworth and Coleridge were the ones who had written against the Augustan age. Okay, the lyrical ballads which was published by the both of them was almost a death knell. It sounded a death knell to the Augustan age, the poetry of Augustan age. The romantic poets were the ones who used to whose rules stood totally against the preceding age, which was the Augustan, the neoclassical age, in which the poets like Dryden, Swift, and Pope had decided that they will write in a strict meter, which is the heroic couplet, that they are going to write in an elevated language, which is not the common language of man. And then their poetry should, the subject of their poetry should be lords, ladies, kings, queens, conspiracies, and the higher strata of the society. And of course, the clientele or the people who consume, the consumption also of that poetry would be in the hands of the elite. Now, Wordsworth and Coleridge, when they wrote the lyrical ballads, they were very clear that their poetry will be for common man, written in common language, on common subjects, flowers, streams, rivers, mountains, Mother Nature, especially Mother Nature. Okay, and that their consumers or their clientele also would be the common man. Okay, the common people of the world, right? So, from the they brought literature from the palaces, the hold of the palaces and the high class to the lower class and the middle class and the common people. Okay, so now this is a small introduction to romantic period. So what happens is when you write an answer on maybe Wordsworth, what do you do is you will write about Wordsworth. Nobody's interested in the years, the date and years of his birth and death. Of course, roughly you should have an idea what were the years between which Wordsworth wrote. Of course, you should know about Wordsworth's association with Coleridge. How did they both come together? You should know that. And after that, which is very important, it's the association with Coleridge, and of course, how down the line it led to the coming of the younger romantics, and how there was this complete corpus of romantic literature that got presented to the world. Okay, so your answer is introduction to Wordsworth, a little introduction to the romantic age, how it has impacted the world literature, where does he stand, where does romantic literature or Wordsworth stand in the history of English literature vis-a-vis the other ages and vis-a-vis the other writers and poets. Okay, and then you go on to do the summary. Then there has to be a very succinct, very lucid, very to the point summary of the poem. Once you have written the summary of the poem, you get down to that is the main body. The summary is the main body of the poem. And then you get down to writing the conclusion. The conclusion could always have, very, very frankly, what you feel about the poem. If you have got command on English language, if you can speak and write good English language, and if you want to write your own mind, you're more than welcome to do it. I'm sure all of us as teachers would love your originality to come out, which sadly does not happen in our system. So that is somewhere I would love you to write a critical note. Now the critical note could highlight if there is an alliteration, simile, metaphor, synecdoche, oxymoron, all these stylistic devices, if the poet has used it. Have they proved to be good? Have they enhanced the meaning of the poem? Have they located the meaning of the poem in the right context it was meant to locate? Okay, all these things once you know, then you come down to, this is your critical note. In the critical note, you can give your views, you can give the stylistic devices, you can say how far-reaching effects will this poetry have on the world literature. You can personally tell us as to what you feel about how this particular poem is being worked out. Okay, and then the conclusion will have all of that. Okay, so that becomes a very, very stereotypical, strict bodied answer, in which there is a introduction to the poet and the age he belonged to. Then there is a succinct summary to the poem. There is a very to the point, very tight, crisp summary to the poem, highlighting in the summary also you can highlight that this is he's used another simile, he's used another simile, this is one personification, this is second personification, this is third personification, this is first simile, second simile, third simile. You can go on writing that in the answer also. Okay, and then in the critical note you highlight the beauty of, if the similes and the alliteration have highlighted the meaning in any which way, enhanced the meaning in any which way, you have to write that. And then that is your conclusion. You say, oh, this is, and you can give quotes from the bigger writers of the language. You can give quotations from the there are n number of we as students used to do this. I'm very sad to say, children, that we are having, and I'm not afraid of saying that also, that at the moment we have only passbook generations who just read the passbook with the Hindi translations and come and give the exams and very amazingly score 84, 95 out of 100 in English, which even Dr. Radhakrishnan did not. I might sound very scandalous, but I've never feared speaking the truth. I will never fear speaking the truth. आप लोग पूरे टाइम पास बुक्स पढ़ते हैं, आप लोगों ने कभी इन वाली पोएम्स के अंदर जाके इनके मीनिंग्स को, इनके इसके कॉन्सेप्ट को समझने की कोशिश नहीं करी, which is very sad. I mean, when you come to my class, I pour my heart out to make you love poetry and love studies, not for the sake of only getting marks, but for the sake of enjoying it also. So basically, well, this is my pain. I can't be speaking about it all the time, where I do sometimes. And so this is your body. And in reference to context, so there are so many questions on my WhatsApp and on my YouTube also channels also, where where children ask me how to go about a reference to context. This is the very same structure: a critical appreciation, a general question on the on a particular subject. If there is a general question, if there is a critical appreciation, and if there is a reference to context on 4 lines. The general idea is this only. In reference to context also, you give a reference to the poet and to the poem. Has there been a death? Why has this elegy been written? Is there a death of the poet's sister, cousin, father, friend, whatever? Reference. And then the context, of course. Now you might be getting confused between reference and context. Reference, you only give the reference of the poem and the poet. Those 4 lines, 5 lines, you have to judge. You have to judge rightly and say these lines have been taken from maybe elegy or evening or world is too much with us, written by this and that poet, and you have to write a few lines about the poet also over there. In the context, you get down to writing why was this poem written. What was the context that this poem was written? And in the context, you start writing. With the context, you start writing the summary. You have to paraphrase or summarize the 4 lines that have been given to you. And again, you get down to writing the critical note. And the critical note, again, children, is something that is very, very important. Is that, again, the stylistic devices that have been used. In reference to context, actually, children, this becomes your stylistic devices become very important, because वो 4-5 lines आपके सामने हैं और उनमें alliteration है या assonance है या synecdoche है या oxymoron है या metaphor है, simile है, जो भी कुछ है वो सामने दिखाई दे रहा है. So हम examiners also know कि boss, these are the lines, they are famous for this. If you mention this, then we get very happy, okay, as examiners of the copy. And so basically, do in the critical note, in the reference to context, please do write about the stylistic devices. We barely give you, of course, prose में छोड़ दीजिए, बस prose में भी कई बार ऐसा होता है, but poetry में तो whenever we choose lines, we definitely see whether there are the stylistic. I mean, we love to give you lines which have stylistic devices as paper setters. So do write about in the critical note about the stylistic devices that you get. Okay, another very important thing. When you summarize children, अब वही वाली बात कि हम लोग जब पढ़ते थे तो I could compare, अभी मैंने आपको बताया कि जयशंकर प्रसाद ने बोला है सबसे मधुर वो गीत जिन्हें हम दर्द के सुर में गाते हैं, और शैली ने बोला था sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest thought. Okay, so that is so important. I know it. You will know it only when you come to my class. Okay, so basically this is knowledge which has been passed on from my father to me. I could have passed it to you, provided you would come to my class. So मैं जो आपसे कहना चाह रही थी कि when we write summaries and we write, जब उस summary के बाद हम conclusion लिखते थे तो हम उस conclusion में ज़रूर लिखते थे कि हिंदी में, उर्दू में या फिर और कहीं इंग्लिश में, ऐसे कुछ lines या ऐसे कुछ विचार हैं क्या, और अगर हैं तो ये वाली जो लाइंस आपने हमें दी हैं या ये वाला आंसर जो मैं लिख रही हूँ जिस पर्टिकुलर पोएट पे, जिस पर्टिकुलर पोएम पे, क्या उसके अंदर वो सब चीज़ें मुझे मिलती हैं, वो सिमिलैरिटी है, और अगर सिमिलैरिटी है तो कौन सा ज़्यादा बेटर लगा मुझे. सो दिस मेक्स योर आंसर सो ब्यूटिफुल, दिस मेक्स योर आंसर लुक सो ब्राइट एंड लवली. सो दिस इज़ वेयर आई फील दिस इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, चिल्ड्रन, दैट these things become very important, and that is that comparisons with other poets of other languages, very very important, very welcome. You know, today only I was talking about Dr. Radhakrishnan to somebody. Dr. Radhakrishnan को इंग्लिश लिटरेचर के पेपर में अंग्रेज़ टीचर ने 100 में से 94 दिए, 96 दिए। तो सबने सबसे पहले तो बोला कि ये हिंदुस्तानी इतनी अच्छी अंग्रेज़ी है, तो उन्होंने कहा मैंने 4 नंबर अपनी इज़्ज़त बचाने के लिए काट लिए, क्योंकि अगर मैं 100 में से 100 दे देता तो लोग को बोलते ना कि तुम फिर किस बात के, मतलब एग्जामिनर कैसे बने तुम जब वो एक तुम्हारा स्टूडेंट इतना अच्छा है। ऐसा नहीं है बेटा कि ये सब चीज़ें आपसे बहुत दूर है, ये इंटरनेट की दुनिया है, एवरीथिंग इज़ एट योर फिंगर टिप्स। आज आप चाहेंगे तो आपको गालिब की गज़लें और मीर तक़ी मीर की और ये सारी पोइट्री मिल सकती है। आप अपने उर्दू वाले फ्रेंड से जाके पूछ सकते हैं, उर्दू वाले फ्रेंड्स आप अंग्रेज़ी वालों से आके पूछ सकते हैं, आप संस्कृत वालों से जाके पूछ सकते हैं, यू नो। सो इट्स लाइक इंग्लिश, हिंदी, संस्कृत, उर्दू, हिंदी वालों से जाके पूछिए कि क्या ऐसा कुछ लिखा गया है, क्या प्रसाद ने लिखा है, क्या ऐसा कुछ। सो ट्राई एंड गेट इनटू दैट लूप, ट्राई एंड गेट into that literary mood, and then you can write a beautiful answer. आप लोग हमेशा सोचते हैं वो 5 लाइनें कैसे लिखें, क्योंकि आपको अंग्रेज़ी नहीं आती। अंग्रेज़ी नहीं आती तो 5 लाइनें लिखना ही दुनिया की में सबसे मुश्किल हो जाता है। अंग्रेज़ी लिटरेचर में हम MBA में होते चले जाते हैं। वेल, ये दुख मेरे साथ हमेशा रहेंगे आप लोग में से, लेकिन फिर भी कुछ गुलाब चंद पॉटर्स होते ही हैं मेरी लाइफ में जो आए हैं, जो उन्होंने गांव की बिल्कुल ठेठ भाषा हाड़ौती से लेकर अपने आप को इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे प्रूव किया है। सो आई ऑलवेज़ विश एंड प्रे कि आप लोगों में से और कोई गुलाब चंद पॉटर्स मेरे लिए निकलेंगे, नीरज पुरीज निकलेंगे आप लोग, और अच्छे अच्छे बच्चे जो मुझे इतने सारे याद हैं, अल्फिया कथा वाला एंड ऑल दोज पीपल, ऐसे बच्चे इसी कॉलेज ने दिए हैं। मैं भी इस कॉलेज से ही हूँ, मैं भी इसी बैकग्राउंड से हूँ। आई होप आप मेरे इस लेक्चर से इंस्पायर होके, एंड आई होप दैट यू विल डू वेरी वेल इन लाइफ, दैट लिटरेचर इज़ ब्यूटिफुल, उसकी ब्यूटी को आप महसूस कर पाएंगे। थैंक यू।